So at this point, let's talk about study habits. Now, I get it, you're a hands-on guy. You like being out there, you like bending pipe, pulling wire, things like that. You do not consider yourself an academic or a student or somebody that loves to go to school. I get that. But the reality is that the code book is vital to your line of work. And so you have to understand how to get information out of it in a timely and accurate manner. So in order to do that, you have to put in a bit of hard work right now. This is like weightlifting. When you lift weights, you start out small, and then as you go, you find you can lift more and more and more. The code book is exactly the same. You start out, you think to yourself, this is a giant book, how am I going to get my head around it? And then once you start tapping into it, the language will start to become familiar, the layout will become familiar, you'll start seeing patterns develop, but you've got to sit down and you've got to crack the stupid book open and you've got to start reading it. So, essential study habits, you have got to have a copy of the National Electric Code. This course will be based on the 2023 National Electric Code. So, right now that's the cycle that we're in because it's 2025, it came out in 2023, it won't be until 2026, so there's a new one. So this course will be active now for the 2023 code book. Now every code book cycle things change, but the fundamentals typically always stay the same. Wire size is always wire size, ampacity is always ampacity. Things like this typically never change. Pipes can only hold so much wire, boxes can only have so many wires go into them. Some things just never change. So get your hands on a copy of the code book 2023, and then you also, if you want, you can get an Uglies reference book. So I'll show you an Uglies reference book later on, and you'll see how useful they are, and that may be just something that is sufficient for you to carry around most of the time. But for sure a code book. You can also have an Uglies book if you want, and you need to make sure that you've got a calculator, which everybody has on their phones nowadays, so you've got that in your pocket every day, all day anyway. The other thing, but you won't be allowed to take your phone into the testing center. You'll have to have a dumb calculator to take it into the testing center itself. The other thing you're going to want is a study environment. Now, I don't know about you. I've read about learning styles. I've read about learning environments. Some people love discussion and interaction. If you've got a journeyman that you're on good terms with and you can interact with him and talk about things, if you're married and your wife can help you out, whatever, get yourself into a study environment that is conducive for you to learn. Personally, I like to learn by having music playing. Not music with words, I get distracted. But I like having music playing because that somehow keeps my mind focused. Or maybe you're like my son who is constantly on the move. He needs to be sitting down with zero noise whatsoever, and he needs to be told, no, you will spend 20 minutes focusing on this thing. Whatever it is, you need to do it. Find out what your environment is, the best place for you to learn. Maybe it's at a coffee shop. You can put some headphones in, put some music on, drown out everybody else, grab a cup of coffee, work through this video, take the quizzes, get the code book out, flip through it, do what you need to do. Also, it's good to have a highlighter. You can highlight in your code book. I wasn't allowed to have written notes in my code book, but highlighting, they didn't care. So highlighting will help you put your hand in the book. It'll help you go across text. It'll help you be able to read that text and then get that more focused into your mind. So that will be useful for things of repetitious nature, patterns, things like that. So get your hands on a code book. I can't provide it for you. Talk to your boss, something, but get your hands on a code book. I was looking online. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on eBay. I know they're expensive, but it's an investment well worth it. Once you get your raise, when you get your journeyman exam, you'll make that money back pretty quick. So borrow it from someone, your boss, whatever, if you don't already have a code book. You can use an Uglies book if you like, but the next important thing is your study environment. Make sure it's a place that is best for you to be able to get into the text and read what it has to say and get your mind around it.